I do want to put out an overall content warning that the Mystic Beyond is meant for a more mature audience. It handles a lot of darker themes, especially as the series goes on. The Below Clan cats are very scary and, dark, as well as there's some fighting and there could be character death. The Mystic Beyond is inspired by Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role playing, so there'll be dice and stats involved, as well as warrior cats and kind of the world that I have built. But without further ado, let us get on to the story. Littlesprout is holding a very important meeting. Cats in the clan have seen her during the day be very tense and nervous, and finally she has called it. She has her deputy, Goji Berry, 2 medicine cats, Scorchface, Quiverleaf, their apprentice Berrypaw, and the rest of the clan. There's not that many there, but most of the cats are in attendance. She looks around and takes a deep breath before speaking. The bear has woken earlier than it normally does. Our patrol picked up its scent closer than usual. No one is allowed to travel alone. You must use a buddy system if you want to leave camp. Unfortunately, we don't know where the bear is, so it might be harder when we all get there. But thankfully, Goose Juice had the very good idea of asking for help from our farther neighbors in the farm. There's a she-cat named Honey and a tom named Sunnyside. These will be Poppyclan's fighters if they wish to introduce themselves. Honey Butter, you can go first if you would like.
Well, hello, my name's Honey Butter. I come from the farm, as you've heard, and I'm just tickled to be here. And she glances back at Goose Juice and gives him like little thumbs up with her cat eyebrows. And sits back down, looks at Sunnyside.
Hello there. I'm Sunnyside. It's great to be here. I'm glad I could be here. I don't know what you want to know about me. I'm also from, a barn cat, but it's great to be here. He kind of like side-eyes Goose Juice a little bit, but like smiles at him.
Goose Juice is so focused on his cat wife, he actually does not notice you.
Can I roll to see if I noticed that, actually?
Yes.
Do I need
both
to
want to roll flat against each other, and then after it's higher, y'all can decide.
Okay.
Honey Butter rolled a 5.
I rolled a 4. So,
she definitely sees Sunny side-eyeing her her mate. Ripple Chest, does she notice this?
Do I also need to roll against her as well?
No, you already rolled a 4. She also rolled a 4. She notices, but does not care. Okay, let's give all of the cats, these 2 cats, a round of applause. Everybody, just a little. She tries to start a clap. Some of the cats do, some don't. Goji does. Goji is like actively trying to support his leader as best as he can. Scorchface will be taking our newest medicine cat apprentice, Berrypaw. Goji, please get everyone ready to move. We will be traveling soon. She bows her head and hops off the little hill and starts to actually walk over to Honey Butter. She looks at her and kind of leans in and says, I need to speak to you, and if you have time, if you could follow me, I'll be waiting in my den. And she walks off.
Oh. Honey Butter kind of glances back at Goose Juice. Is he like distracted? Does he react to her at all? She's gonna just check with him before following.
Kind of walk
Ripple
over
Chest.
to Goose Juice? Or just
I think just glance. If he's like beckoning her over or like...
Oh no, he's doing like thumbs up. He's like happy. His
nice.
expression is very positive.
Oh, sweet. So with that, she kind of She holds her head up high, thinking this is probably a good thing, and follows Ripplechest in.
Ripplechest is waiting in her den when Honeybutter makes her way in. She looks at Honeybutter and smiles very genuinely, actually, and she speaks. I know that fighting when you have a daughter at home or here can be really hard. I want you to have this. And she digs around in her den and pulls out this canine skull item she has. And it actually does +3 attack when worn. And so she hands it to you. And I want you to have the best chance you have to get out of this alive. And if anything happens, I promise to take care of Berry Paw for you.
Oh my, Ripplestar, this is... Thank you
really
so much for the chance to be here and hearing you'll take care of Berry Paw. Thank you.
No goose
I'll wear it
as
with
well.
honor.
He's a very good warrior, and I am happy for you both. We just need to keep appearances with the other clans, and so I'm happy you're still willing to do this.
I am. Of course, you guys have done so much for me, for my family.
Okay, I guess we should get out there. I didn't want to make it a big scene, but hopefully that can help.
Thank you, Ripplestar.
Of course. And she slowly makes her way out of the den and back to the group. We now see the medicine cat den of Snake Clan. Crow Spirit is outside tending to some mushrooms, while Mulchpaw is inside sleeping. Unfortunately for her, her sleep is very quickly awoken by a warm, bright light. It is a fire, and the fire slowly starts to form a large, black-horned cat. Mulchpaw, you can absolutely wake up if you would like.
Oh, okay.
Hi there.
She'll probably jump up, be like,
Oh no, don't worry. You're Mulchpaw, right?
yeah.
Hi. I'm M, or you can call me Miss, whatever you would like. I'm not here to hurt you. I just unfortunately your father a while ago made a deal with one of us to save his and another cat's life, and I'm just here to make good on his debt is all. But don't worry.
Yes. What does that mean?
Okay, so I just if I could see your paw for one moment.
See my paw?
Yes, it's I would rather do it the nice way.
What are you gonna do to it?
I have to I have to take it. But don't worry, it's not gonna hurt. It just is. It's part of the deal that
You're gonna take my paw?
just one of them.
What?
She
I didn't do anything.
very slowly begins to reach her hand out to yours. And if you want to scream or call your mentor, she is outside.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, wait, I didn't do anything wrong, and she's gonna call Spirit.
Okay.
Crow Spirit?
Crow Spirit turns and actually hears you and is like, she turns around and sees what's happening, and her eyes get wide as she looks at the black cat, and Mulchpaw, this cat saved my sister's life when we were growing up, as well as Adderstrike's. I was told something involved you would happen. I can't stop her. And I think it would be best if you just let this happen.
She's gonna take my paw.
You can still be a good cat without it, I promise. I can teach you. I don't want to see this get out of hand. I have seen what the below clan cats do if not given what they're promised.
But I didn't do anything wrong.
I know it is unfortunate that your father, but if he didn't do what he did, my sister would be dead. So I don't blame him. If anything, this might not even be the worst, so it'll be okay. I promise.
Please, I don't... She starts crying.
The black cat just kind of walks forward and the fire gently starts to consume you. You feel your body almost being forced just to like stand there, and you stand upright as the fire from her slowly starts to creep up on you, and you feel a warmth and a pressure as her claws dig in, but you don't feel any pain. You don't take any damage. It just feels very hot. And then she just smiles and is like, "Thank you. I'm sorry that this had to happen to you this way, but we will always remember this. And actually, if you want your paw back, we could make a deal."
She's just kind of standing there frozen, like...
Or I could leave and you probably won't see me for a long time. The choice is yours. I promise the game is very fun. The one your father played.
I don't...
Simply yes or no?
She's just still crying.
She looks at Crow Spirit, almost to ask her if she wants to play the game, but decides not to. "Okay, young one, well, if there's nothing else I can do for you, it's probably time I go, but I wish you luck today, both of you." And the fire grows around her and she vanishes. Crow Spirit walks up and is like, tries her best to comfort her apprentice, but knows that these type of things really are out of her control. I promise, Mulchpaw, even with this is not going to stand in your way.
I didn't do anything. Why did this happen to me? I didn't do anything wrong.
We can speak to your father if you'd like to know more details, but when cats make deals with the below clan cats, it affects so many more cats than we ever realize. He was very sick and my sister was very sick, and they didn't know what else to do or how to fix it, is what I like to think, but honestly, asking the below clan cats for help is the easy way out, and they took it. And unfortunately, it affected you. I think it was his firstborn kit, specifically. I'm sorry, but now at least you know what they're capable of, and they saved my sister, but I don't fully trust them.
I don't want to... She's just sobbing.
If you don't want to go today, you don't have to. Mombastar will understand. He knows how much this is for young cats the first time they encounter one. he won't get mad.
I don't know.
She kind of looks away. Not harshly, but just in a, this is kind of how things go around here, especially for the healer cats. They interact with these above and below more than most, and looks back and is just like, if you want to go, you can tell me, but maybe I don't want this to stop you. It's not going to stop you. Even if you don't fight, I really think you should come. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, it just shows how strong you are and that you can keep going no matter what.
She just grits her teeth. Fine, I'll come.
Okay. You can take the time you need to. Prepare. I will go tell Leopardstar what just happened, and your father. I'm sure he'll be interested to know.
She just nods.
Co-Spirit, with her head low, as if she kind of knew that this day was coming, but maybe didn't realize it was quite so soon. She walks out. Scorchface is sitting down as soon as you guys kind of are hanging out by the camp entrance/exit, as Goji is talking to Littlesprout about some final things. The old burned and scarred healer, he's very optimistic, his expression, and he's just like, I think that we'll do good today. I've done this a few times, and I'm hoping, even though the bear is maybe more agitated, being disturbed, we're capable, and you two, or you Sunny, you seem pretty capable.
Yeah. I just had a question. I know I'm new around here. So I didn't actually catch anyone's names around here. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Scorchface. This is
And
my apprentice.
what's your apprentice's name?
I'm Berry Paw. It's nice to meet you. She's kind of like shy, and she's just kind of like putting her head down, like, hey, like,
good job, Berrypaw. We like to introduce ourselves to new cats. If this cat survives the battle, he might be one of our new warriors.
Yes, I would love that. And he kind of glances behind him. And who's that over there? He kind of keeps staring at me.
oh,
Honey.
that's my dad. That's Goose Juice.
Oh, Goose Juice. Yes. I feel like I've heard that name before, but maybe not. I don't know. It seems like an odd name, doesn't it?
We have a whole family of berries, actually. We have Fernberry, Berrythorn, Goji Berry is their child, the one up there, the bright red one. And then he's brothers to Goose Juice, who's the one he's probably not staring. Sometimes he zooms out a little bit and it kind of looks like he's staring, but he's probably just thinking about like a butterfly or a chicken or something, to be fully honest.
Oh, yes.
This one, Berry Paw, and I think that's all the berries.
Goji Berry, the red one up there.
Yes, he's our deputy, and Littlesprout is our leader.
All right. And then I saw another cat next to Goji Berry. Do you know who that was?
Quiverleaf. She's a medicine cat as well. But
she not coming?
No, she's not feeling well.
Oh, that's a shame.
there's no need for all of us to go and risk our lives anyways. I'm sure we got this covered.
Awesome. She's not. Never mind. All right, I'll be waiting on anyone else.
I think your friend, and hopefully whenever Goji Barry gets everyone together, but I think we're pretty ready to go. The walk's the worst part. Haha. It's a joke.
Yes, it's not too far.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Especially where you're from. I'm sure you walked very far to get here.
Oh, yes.
What's it like living at a barn?
Oh, it's very nice. I kind of lived in the house area. I was kind of more with the two legs, but I did live in the barn for a little bit. And it was quite nice, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's nice there. You kind of get to go do your own thing. They give you like treats and stuff if you're doing like a good job, all that.
Gushue specifically, he overhears the kitty pet and two-leg part, and he kind of for the first time looks at you, and his eyes widen a bit, but he, other than that, doesn't really show anything else. As Littlesprout suddenly is like, okay, is everyone ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. I guess we're going. Goji, you're gonna stay here and stand in for me in case anything happens. And he nods and he quickly kind of heads off to make sure everything is okay. She will join you guys. And Honey, are you joining?
Yes, I would join.
All right.
When Berry Paw sees Honey, she's like, "Whoa, Mom! What is that?" And then she's like looking at the canine skull, and like, "Whoa!"
Oh, Honey Butter smiles at her daughter and says, "Well, sweetie, Littlestar's lent this to me so I can do an even better job protecting you if you're anywhere near the fight today." She's been very kind.
Oh, it's truly the least I can do. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, especially a mother. I'm sure.
Well, your graciousness is appreciated, Littlestar. Not every cat would go to the lengths that you do.
That means a lot. Thank you. Is everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
I am.
Let's move out then. She says. She leads the way, and everyone slowly kind of shuffles in line as you guys start heading towards the gathering place. We now see ShiverClan, and Leopardstar is leading his warriors and healers to the gathering place. He has a very stern expression on his face, kind of like always, and is just trudging through the snow as Peakfalls, Pinestep, Palepaw, and Moonblink follow closely behind. Peakfalls specifically kind of looks at Pinestep and is like, "Are you excited to see a show?"
Oh, I'm just hoping to see at least a little blood. I mean, what kind of show would it be without some, right?
Don't worry. The bear, I'm sure we'll handle it. We'll make sure there's a lot of blood. Just stand back. You don't want to be like in the splash zone.
Of course. I mean, blood is horrible to get out of fur. I mean,
yeah, especially like pretty white fur. Like
exactly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. He blushes very gently, trying to be quiet so his father doesn't hear, but also focus on the path.
Oh. she's just more focused. Like, she doesn't even notice. She's just more focused, like, looking down, like, yeah, this is really pretty white fur, isn't it? Yeah.
Palepaw, regardless of whether she hears that conversation, but extra much so if she does hear that conversation, is she's usually pretty independent, detached, and like acts like she doesn't need her mom, but she's kind of pressed up close to Moonblink as they walk for once. Kind of nervous.
Is looking very nervous as well. Kind of like she hasn't slept maybe, and but smiles when you kind of press up against her. She whispers a little bit. She's like, "Don't worry. They usually don't. Usually Snake Clan will volunteer someone or one of the other clans. It's probably very unlikely that you'll be picked."
Yeah, I know, but it'll be scary to see anyone we care about going up against this thing. It'll be okay. She kind of shakes her head, tries to smooth down her fur, which is bristling, and keeps walking, trying to act tough, play it cool. She's not doing a very good job.
Moonblink thinks she's doing a good job, and then make sure to keep up with the group as Leopardstar picks up the pace and is like, "We can't be the last ones there. Like, we're always the last ones, and everyone makes fun of us, and not this year," as he continues on through the snow. We now see the Mystic Clan cats all leaving the camp, their fellow clanmates cheering them on as Marshstock, the deputy, leads Saprawl and their healer Koistorm to the gathering. Marshstock isn't really excited, but he's accepted that this is just what they have to do. They unfortunately don't have a medicine cat apprentice now, but surely the other clans won't mind that. He doesn't say anything, just keeps a head forward as he walks along.
Saprawl is kind of just strutting alongside him, and he looks positive. I'm sure this is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Usually the other clans are also hyped up to prove themselves, so we just kind of have to participate. But that's fine with me. I've never been one to put myself in the way for danger.
Yeah, I just hope there's no youngsters getting in danger with this. That'd be a shame.
Yeah, we've never, well, especially Stagstar, never agreed with letting the younger cats join. It's specifically why we kind of protest with that. I mean, we also don't really have one, but they don't have to know that. We're protesting, he says proudly as he...
Yeah.
You'll be fine. I know your training only recently ended, but I think that you're a great warrior. I'm very honored to have trained you.
Well, thank you.
I think this will be a good show. Koistorm, whose ears are just flat, and he looks extremely annoyed. And I don't even know why I have to go. I don't plan on healing any of the other clan cats, so it is what it is.
Oh, why not?
I just don't think they deserved it.
Saprawl kind of looks down a bit confused, but just nods along.
Marshstock also kind of nods. Yeah, he, little grumpy sometimes, but I guess more just wants to make sure we're okay versus the other ones, so we just, we nod and smile. He's a very good healer. Anyway, I hope you're doing good, Koistorm, on this lovely mystic morning.
Yeah, glad you got our back. Yep.
He Koistorm rolls his eyes and his hair tucked and just kind of keeps nods and follows, but he's like, yes, I know, I'm amazing, I got your back, don't worry. Alright, you guys, head off with a little song in your heart and a pep in your step.
Yeah.
We love Mystic. Okay. We now see the gathering. All 4 cats of each clan have stepped up. Moonblink was the first to get here, then the Leopardstar, Littlesprout, and Marsh. Littlesprout is the first to speak. She is very upset. I know that someone woke up the bear. We scented Shiver Clan blood here when our patrols came. Therefore, I think that Shiver Clan should be the one to go first and maybe even have more warriors fight. I don't know. I will let you guys decide, but that is all I'm saying. And we lose our element of surprise. So, it's a big deal, so consider that. She says, like, fluffing up her coat and then sitting down. Leopard Soul is very quick to puff his, and he's like, those lies and slander. Lies. We only cleared our path. We wouldn't come down here, and we will fight anyways. Regardless of what you want us to do, we're fighting because we want to fight, and we fight for this gathering so we can all come here and say our piece. Steps back. Marshstock kind of like raises his paw a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, okay, my turn." Stackstar, he's not here. He's busy praying for his son, and he looks over at Moonblink and actually like hisses under his breath. He trying to obviously remain very calm, but like talking about Stackstar's son and with how fresh that incident was, he looks over. And so we are not going to provide an apprentice because we just don't think that they should be involved. That's all. And kind of takes a step back. Moonblink, very loud and proud, is like, we're happy to fight on this lovely sunny day. I have brought my most capable warriors, and we're not seeing any problems today. That's all. And he gently, like, looks down at his son Ghost Kit and kind of just like shows him off, and some of the Snake Clan cats kind of cheer as they do. And all the leaders look at each other one kind of final time before they all nod and decide to go get their fighters ready. Now the medicine cats have all assembled on top of the rock and are trying to decide amongst themselves which will be helping the fighters today. Koistorm is the first to speak. I'm not going to be very helpful. I mean, I know that Mystic usually isn't very helpful in this, and honestly, this sucks. I think that we should all protest, and I don't know, I think it just seems unfair to the bear, you know? But I don't know, you guys seem cool. Maybe we could all like hang out or have meetings like on our own sometime. Moonpaw, she kind of looks up a little confused, and then looks over at Palepaw. I'm willing to fight. I really don't want my daughter, Palepaw, you know, I don't want her to fight. That's all.
Palepaw kind of looks at her paws in embarrassment, but she doesn't say anything because she knows her mom is totally right.
Crow Spirit, she just side-eyes all of the cats and is in like a very poker face stern, is like, Snake Clan will always help, of course. And then Scorch Face, he's he looks over and is like, I will fight for you guys. I've done this before in the past, and I've won, and I think I'm probably the best out of all of us to go in. The adult healers all kind of talk amongst themselves, and they're trying to decide as the apprentices kind of have a moment to talk amongst themselves.
Palepaw immediately pricks her ears towards Mulchpaw, who I don't think she knows the name of yet.
No, probably not.
Would probably just walk straight up to Mulchpaw, look at her leg, and then back up at her face. What's up with your leg?
She's, you can see there's like tears like stained on her face still.
Does Barry? Oh,
Stairs.
sorry, really quick. Does Barry Paw see that like tears, like the tear? Like...
It's pretty visible, honestly.
You could also roll if you wanted your
Yeah.
apprentice dice, just a flat.
Okay. Ugh, I got a 1. Nope.
You actually do not see it.
No.
It was one of the blue cats. I think that's what
Really?
they're called.
You poor thing. Yeah. She like comes up and is like pokes her shoulder, or we're like just above the fire, the scary fire.
Palepaw kind of
Thankfully, it doesn't burn you.
Okay, cool.
I don't. My dad made a deal with them, and now I had to suffer for it.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that aren't fair. In life, cats make decisions, other cats suffer. I get it. For what it's worth, it looks cool. You
It
seem to
does
get
look
around just fine.
cool.
Thanks. I
won't
didn't
hold
really
you back.
want to lose it, but I didn't really have a choice.
Well, you, I'm sure you're probably like so scary to all like to like foxes and things. You probably look so scary with that firearm. Like it's really cool.
Yeah,
Like pokes her shoulder again.
you think so?
Ah, you look so cool.
That's interesting that it didn't burn this other cat when they touched it, so maybe it's got some special properties to it. Maybe it'll help you out someday. I'm curious to see where that goes.
Yeah,
You might be
I-
very powerful.
maybe. I've been feeling down about it. Thanks. I don't actually know your guys' names. I'm Mulchpaw.
Very.
I'm Palepaw. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you both.
Scorchface kind of leans into the apprentice huddle and he says, I'm going to be leading one of you three. Is there any volunteers?
Palepaw starts to open her mouth, but then kind of shakes her head and steps back.
Barry Paw like gulps and is like, and kind of steps back a little.
Can do it.
You're the Snake Clan apprentice?
Mm-hmm. I
Mulch,
can-
Mulchpaw. Okay. It's very brave of you. I'm sure the Celestial Cats will keep you safe. Crow Spirit glares at Scorchface when he says that.
Yeah,
actually,
she
will you
kinda, like,
roll to
grimaced
see
it.
if you see that interaction?
Yeah. 2.
You kind of, maybe because you know your mentor so well, can kind of like pick up that maybe set her off a little bit. But she is also going to help out, and so he continues and is like, okay, well, if you guys, the ones that aren't going to be as close to the battle, will be with the rest of the healers a little further back, and me and Crow Spirit and Mulchpaw, we'll stay here.
Okay.
Good luck, Mulchpaw.
Thanks.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
I will. I'll do my best. You guys stay safe as well.
Palepaw's not making eye contact with anyone. She's pretty visibly ashamed.
Moonblink immediately comes up and is like, oh, good job. Okay, let's go, children. And kind of motherly scoots the group off. And Koisar kind of annoyingly like walks behind because he's not doing anything at all. And all right, the two groups separate. After what seems like 10 or 20 minutes, all the cats seem to get situated. The fighters are all standing upon the rock. To the left are some family and some clan cats that are brave enough to watch. And the right are the healers ready to step in or follow them or, heal as best as they can. Bloodstrike is the first to speak. He is a black Tom, son of Moonblink, and he is from Snake Clan. He looks around at all the cats very proudly and almost showing off the red necklace around his neck. There's some somewhat fresh scars on his face, and he simply says, I'm Bloodstrike, and I'm very happy to be here, of course, by volunteering. I want to show the best Snake Clan has to offer, and if anyone in the crowd is impressed, feel free to hit me up after, and I don't know, maybe I could show you Snake Clan or the Low Clan. Next to him is a larger Mystic Clan cat.
That Brawl kind of scoots forward a little bit. Hello? This is a unique experience. I'm here to help. Oh, and my name is Sapra. And he just kind of smiles at everyone and then sits down.
Next are two very strange cats from Poppyclan. Some of the cats in the center don't really recognize them at first.
Honey Butter would step forward first with a canine skull on her head that she wears very proudly. Her fur is pristine. She's clearly been grooming herself for the last few days in preparation for this, and she goes, she's planned her speech. Well, hi, y'all. My name is Honey Butter. I'm fighting proudly today on behalf of Poppyclan. She nods towards Littlesprout. And I just wanted to say I'm so proud to be here, and thank you to my dear partner Goose Juice. Hi there, hon. You look so charming today. And she just kind of dotes on him and smiles, waves, backs
waves,
up.
and
Hi there,
he picks up their daughter and like waves her paw.
She blows berry paw kisses, like kind of giggling.
You got this. Next is a much more yellow cat.
Alright, hi y'all. I'm Sunnyside. I used to live with some two legs and in the barn area, but now I'm at Poppyclan. I wanted to learn more about Poppyclan and come here and fight and see what all the clans are about. And I'm just happy to be here. I hope I can help in any way I can, and I wish everyone good luck.
Marstock looks at the two very strangely, and he just kind of nods and he's like, I mean, as you guys know, I'm Marstock, deputy of Mystic Clan, and I think that this will go well. I believe if we all pray to the Celestial Clan cats, nothing will go wrong. And he sits down, and the last to speak is a very hyped up Peakfalls, and he's just like, I'm here because I want to prove myself to many cats in the audience. He specifically looks at his dad first, and then he smiles and looks over at Pinestep, and he just shakes his fur, and sits down. We didn't really plan much of this speech. Scorchface actually will stand up on behalf of the healers, and he says, "Today I will be leading the healing group with 2 very brave snake clan cats, Crow Spirit and Mulchpaw. We will do our best. If you guys need healing, try to fall back or come over to us so we don't have to put ourselves in harm's way. But, I think that we'll do fine today." As all the clan cats are finishing their speeches and talking to their loved ones, they suddenly begin to hear some twigs snapping and some rocks moving as the large bear lumbers forward and suddenly is right in front of them, very loud, very angry, and very hungry looking.
Oh gosh.
Bloodstrike is the first to act, and Bloodstrike immediately leaps forward and misses completely.
Oh
He
gosh.
goes up to the bear and sees just how big it is and flinches. He doesn't even mean to, but his body is so scared in that moment that he just freezes.
This is off to a great start.
Oh yeah, we're doing great.
And it's the bear's turn.
Oh gosh.
He's looking down at this small black Tom, this striped Tom that...
That Brawl's like puffing up. It's all flubby. It's just like a round ball of anger and fear. Trying to look big.
This is the first time Honey Butter's ever seen a bear, and it shows on her face. Oh, yeah.
The bear, he slams his paw down, not directly on top of Bloodstrike, but he is actively trying to get on the rock with you guys, and he does kind of claw push Bloodstrike out of the way, and he tumbles a little and is now bleeding on his side. Not too badly, but he is like, that hurt. As
You okay?
yeah. Oh, just be careful of the claws.
Alright, let's stay together. Okay.
Mulchpaw,
Oh,
if you would like, you can go up and attempt to heal Bloodstrike, or you can stay back.
sure.
Okay. If you could roll your dice flat, please.
Yup, I got you. Oh gosh, I didn't even roll. 1.
You
Wow.
you take a step forward, but you unfortunately are also very frightened of the bear, and I don't know if your body will let you get
Okay.
that close to Bloodstrike.
That's okay. That's okay.
He'll
Next
come to you.
time.
He'll come to you. It'll be fine.
It's okay. Well, next time's the charm. It's fine.
Absolutely. Honey Butter, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Would you like to attack the bear that is approaching?
Yeah, Honey Butter would see Bloodstrike on the ground, and ignoring Sapbrell's call to stay together, she kind of... I don't know if there's much room between him and the bear, so maybe she goes on the other side to try and get the bear's attention and swipes at its face.
Okay. You could roll your die plus your attack, and if you have item, you can add that as well.
All right. Ooh, okay, so Honey Butter is also thinking about the wonderful brunch she had with her mate Goose Juice earlier this morning, if that's okay.
Yes.
She rolled a 6, and her attack is +3 with the hat, so that's 13.
Ooh. All right.
A
So
big hit.
the bear is looking down at the kind of on his side Bloodstrike, and does not see you as you come, jump up and slash the bear's face, and you manage to do all 13 damage on him, and he does not even see you coming. You are so fast and stealthy.
She
Okay.
looks over her shoulder at Goose Juice and winks before focusing back on the battle.
Goose Juice's eyes are just bigger, and he actually he gently is trying to cover berries, but also is like, your mom's really cool. Like, you can look at the violence, but also maybe as a parent, I should.
But Berry Paw anyway is like pushing his paw aside, like, I want to see, I want to see.
Yeah, I'm like, be
Aw.
careful, honey.
You got Mom, get him, you got it. Just screaming like, you can do it. Great.
Marstock sees the opportunity that the bear is distracted, and he will. Wow. He is going to take the advantage and make an attack. Okay, so he kind of like looks over at Honey Butter and is like, "Good job, I got him next," and kind of actually will use his ability Copycat, so he can copy any roll. And so your roll was 13. 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, he will do 19 damage because he gets to add his to it as well. This is one-time ability Cats can do with him for battle. But so he is like, let's go, everybody, and like is does 19 damage. All right, the bear is now just like very confused. He like absolutely thought he was just gonna like pick up a cat and go for some lunch, and he's just like, he actually like looks up and does a very, very loud, almost broadcasting type call before looking back down directly at Saprol.
Does the bear look like he's calling for help, or is just like mad?
It's definitely a loud yell. You could definitely interpret it as calling for help, but you don't know bear, unfortunately.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I think seeing that everyone's going into attack, he'll also lunge forward and just try to claw at the bear, one of the bear's eyes, trying to scare it away.
Alright.
But a hit. That is gonna be. That's an 8 to attack.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh, bear. Alright. The bear is, he was distracted by yelling and suddenly looks down, and there is a large cat leaping at him. And what was the total number?
8.
And the bear even takes a step backwards and is kind of just not necessarily backing away or anything, but maybe more puffing up a little bit. Sunnyside's turn.
All right, so he does his best. He's like, all right, we're attacking. All right, sweet. He's gonna go and lunge at the bear and at the throat, kind of, and try to bite at his throat. Yeah.
All right. You could roll
Okay.
attack.
8
All right.
plus. Okay, yeah, 8 to attack.
Unfortunately, the bear notices your bright fur as you're leaping
yeah, fair
towards
enough.
him, and he swats his large arm in trying to get you not to bite at his throat, and he does 16 damage as he kind of pummels you to the ground.
Okay. That hurts, but
I
that's okay.
didn't know. Okay.
It's 16, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Honey Butter is horrified.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's a thud as the ground is it is Crow Spirit's turn, and she sees that Sunnyside is hurt and looks at Mulchpaw and kind of just shakes her head, and that'll be her turn.
Okay.
Not even gonna help Blood Strike. Wow. Okay,
Scorchface, however, will go up to Sunnyside and alright, give me one moment. I am not rolling against myself. I am scared.
Oh no. Fear.
The older medicine cat is trying his best and his quickest to kind of jump up and quickly get over to Sunnyside, who is on the ground, but the bear sees him coming and also manages to wipe at him, doing 15 damage.
Oh my gosh, that's not good.
Not good.
It's real low. Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, Scorchface.
It's okay. We gotta get out. Just back up a little.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, and next is Peakfalls, who is he's looking a little startled, but then he looks over at Pinestep, and is kind of hoping maybe she will smile or give him some words of encouragement in this very scary moment right now.
I think she probably looks up from like having been grooming her paw, kind of bored. Like it's cool, but like she's like, it's alright, I guess. She looks up and she kind of gives like a, "You're doing good," kind of like.
Thanks.
It's not super enthusiastic, but it's like a good job.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for you. I can do this. Okay. Actually, he does. He runs up and as the bear is kind of fiddling with Sunnyside and Scorchface, he latches on to one of the bear's arms and manages to do 11 damage.
Not bad.
Not bad. She kind of like she'll like give a little like tail flick or like flick her ear. Just it was the kind of like, oh.
He is like kind of looking over, trying to see, but also is also like holding on actively to this bear and like kind of a little too scared to let go, but kind of eventually gets off and is like, oh. The bear is also kind of trying to shake him off, I think, so there's that little bit of a struggle, and then the bear takes a step back, even more, thankfully, away from Scorchface and Sunnyside, who can kind of have a chance to stand up if they want to. And the bear is now actively looking around. Concerned. It is Bloodstrike's turn. He stands up and tries his best to like shake his pelt off. But he actually is the first to hear what sounds like some movement, and almost suddenly a second bear
What?
shows up.
Gosh, no.
He looks over at
I
her.
knew it.
Oh my
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness.
Bloodstrike's eyes just widen as he looks at all of the fighters who he doesn't maybe not consider friends, but considers comrades at this moment, and is just like, "We got this." Oh. And he will try to still attack the first bear, who is obviously looking a lot more haggard and weak. So let's.
Yeah, if we focus our attack on like one bear, maybe they'll both leave. I don't know.
I just need to say out loud that the bear rolled a 3, but Bloodstrike rolled another 1. So that's 2 ones in a row for him.
No.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna die, I swear.
Let me gently look at his sheet and see if we have anything. Oh, no? Okay. He decides that he is going to stand there and kind of just be a distraction for the first bear and maybe try to hold him off. He's not admitting that he's scared, but he is not leaping forward maybe as he made it seem like he would. However, it is the bear's turn, and he's looking at Bloodstrike again.
Our buddy.
Is it like whoever's closest or whoever bugged him, or are you rolling?
It's kind of whatever's closest. He's actually this time going to be able to attack twice because there are still Sunnyside and he took a step back, but I think with this one he's actually going to take a step forward. So it's yeah, whoever is like closest, because he's not actively like chasing you guys up. It's
Bloodstrike just
Bloodstrike is not running. He definitely is standing there protectively. Thankfully, I think the bear is actively going forward maybe and is like now with the support of his wife, he is like, this is our territory even though he can't talk. He kind of again just like sweeps Bloodstrike. He doesn't do that much damage. Only ends up doing 4 again. Okay. And then he still sees Sunnyside and Scorchface, and Sunnyside, if you will roll just a actually plus your attack.
Plus my attack. Okay.
See if you can get out of the way.
9.
14. Okay.
No.
Unfortunately, you cannot move out of the way in time, but I'm going to see if...
It's okay. I'm doing fine so far.
The bear is, he's angry at you, and, he goes and he's trying to swipe at you again. Does... Oh my goodness, 10 more hits. 10 more hits.
Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay. He is thinking that you will probably be his lunch in his mind, so he is now focused on you.
Sunnyside breakfast.
Oh
is-
no!
No! It is Mulchpaw's turn.
Okay, it's my turn. She kind of looks up at her mentor and is like, should I go heal one of them?
I mean, if that's what you think is best, but just I would save your energy for, I don't know, if Bloodstrike really gets hurt, or I mean, I personally just wouldn't get that close, but I'm here to see what you will do.
Okay. She kind of like builds up her confidence and goes to try to heal one of the cats. I don't know which one.
I will say that Bloodstrike is farther away. He like is actually like kind of behind the bear at this point. The bear's kind of walked over him and is getting a little bit closer to everyone on the rock after he's like backed up, and now his wife's behind him. But Sunnyside is closer, but also right in front of the bear, so it's your choice. But
Oh gosh. Okay. I would say I guess I'll go for Sunny side.
alrighty, if you could roll plus your attack for me,
Okay, that's...
or your healing. Sorry.
Oh, plus my healing. Okay. Oh, that's really 11.
Oh, perfect. Okay, you managed to kind of stealthily walk over. The bear still sees you, but I think is actually very like off-put by your flaming arm, and
Nice.
he takes a step backwards but he steps on Bloodstrike and he does 12 more damage to Bloodstrike.
Sorry, Bush.
But he does back up and he gives you the time and space to heal your. It was 11, was that you rolled? Or,
Yes.
Yeah. So you can actually give 11 hit points to Sunnyside back.
Okay, and then she'll quickly scoot back, like.
Okay, yeah, you probably don't make it all the way, but now you're kind of with the other group of cats up there.
That's okay.
All right.
Or as long as I can get as far as.
Yeah. You definitely like you swiftly walk back, and the bear is like still kind of just like, what is happening? With
Fair
this
enough.
little fire cat. Okay. Actually, now. It is the bear's wife's turn.
Oh.
Let me gently write that down right after. Okay. She is not as scared of the flaming cat and kind of goes over to Sapbrawl specifically. She just kind of heads in that direction and is going after him. So if Sapbrawl, you could roll and tell me plus your attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's 9.
Okay. Ooh, all right. So you the bear like tries to kind of like swat at you, but you like swat back. You don't necessarily get knocked over. You're a pretty sturdy guy. You end up doing 3 damage to the bear, and the bear only does 2 damage to you, but you both just kind of like, I suppose, are equal forces.
There you go. There we
This
go.
is happening. Nice, lady bear. Nice.
Lady bear.
And it just. He's trying to make eye contact with the bear and be like, stop it. I don't know. He's like trying to make some sort of communication out of pure terror.
Well, you roll a flat for me, actually.
Staring into this lady bear's eyes. Like, this is not necessary.
Cute.
Yeah, a 4.
Oh my gosh. You and this bear have like a true brain connection. The bear also rolled. And
Yeah,
it just
let's go.
like what would you like to say to this bear? Like if you just have like a sentence to
Nice lady bear. I'm brown too, see? And he kind of like nods to his shoulder, just kind of nods. We can all walk away from this.
the lady bear, she takes her paw back kind of quickly and is just like looks at her husband bear and is like, I don't know, she just stands there. She's weirded out. Okay.
Pops up again and readies for the next attack.
Honey butter.
Honey butter. I mean, she's not even worried about all that. She notices a literal actual child in Mulchpaw on the battlefield, looking about the same age as her daughter, and she gets pretty emotional about that and would kind of stand between wherever Mulchpaw is and probably the hurt boy bear that he's closer to anyways, and give it a swipe or a...
Oh, okay.
Oh.
If you could roll plus your attack and your item, please.
Multiple will remember this.
All right, that is a 7 total.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness! And so you are going after the father bear, the
Yeah, Papa Bear.
Papa Bear. Okay. All right. You said 7.
Uh-huh.
Oh, all right. He also looks at his bear wife, and he's just like, they're talking. You can tell they're talking to each other. They're thinking about it. They're like, I don't know what this is, and they both kind of equally are thinking and talking, but they're not like looking at you guys actively. They're there. They're looking, but they're not coming at you. As it's Marstock's turn, and he actually is like, he takes this moment when they're distracted, and he's like, and he puffs up his deputiness, and he goes in to attack the father bear, because he knows that one is... Okie dokie. Bear rolled a 20. So... Marstock.
Marstock, don't do it. Marstock.
He definitely is like, I will shoo these bears away, and he goes up and the bear like turns and looks at him, and then he just like bites at his shoulder and kind of picks him up and just like throws him out.
Gosh.
He's just like, get out of here. The father bear is very hurt. He's very annoyed. He does not want him near his lady. He tosses him. Marstock's okay. He's breathing a little, but he's
A little.
I'm gonna just toss him over there. Give me.
Just beat him across the field.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. Saprel is next if you want to start.
That brawl sees that, and his eyes just widen again. No! And, I think he just kind of pushes himself forward in front of the bears. Are they still talking to each other, or are they distracted again?
I think the lady is now like looking at her husband and the bear the cat he just flung, and he's just kind of like he's pumped up and he's angry that like he like the Marstock approached him, but he's not like actively running at you.
Okay. How possible would it be if the female bear is still focused on Sepral, how possible would it be to just, like, lead her away?
Okay.
Just kind of, like, make eye contact and, like, start scooching towards the tree line.
Alright. In like a fast way, like chase me, or like I'm leading you type?
Leading.
Alright. Will you roll plus your attack for me?
Okay. Oh gosh. What's your attack? Sorry. Oh, it's an 8. Okay.
Okay. You look at the lady bear who somehow is just like looks back at you, and you slowly begin to just kind of like walk off the rock. You walk past. Which way are you going? Left or right? It doesn't really matter. I'm just curious.
The way she came.
Okay. You have to jump
She's
off.
obviously got like a nice sleeping spot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me just take you back home.
Okay.
You don't need to leave here, like live here.
You jump down, and you start walking where she came, which is like away from the thing. So you will gently be out of initiative, but she is following you. So
Okay. Yeah. Could he? Would it be possible for him to also use his ability on the male bear, which is grapple claws? Instead of attacking, which he didn't attack, he can use a turn so the other, opponent can't move for the next round or do anything.
Only gonna say no to the bear because he's big, and I think leading her away since you rolled will be your like, because she's also gonna be out of initiative. You and the lady bear, you will let her away.
We're going on a walk.
You're going on a walk?
Yeah.
Okay. She's not like running at you. She's not aggressive. She's more like, what is this now? I'm curious. This thing. Like, but she's not. She's just. You can come back your next turn, but for now you walk off.
Just leading lady bear away.
And also the man starts looking, and he like takes a step towards his lady, but not fully. He's like kind of confused at why his lady is leaving, but also is still like, but I'm hungry. So okay, that works. Okay, Sunnyside, you are actually much closer. You're still sort of on the ground, but you were healed a little bit
Okay.
by Mulch. And it's your turn. Would you like to fall back? You could attack again.
He's gonna watch this and be like, he's gonna hold his position. He's gonna back up a little bit so the bear can't swipe at him. But he's gonna hold position to see what the bear decides to do, because if he ends up leaving, then there's no point in aggravating him. So he's just gonna hold back for a little bit. He will attack if the bear attacks him.
The bear is not attacking. The bear is kind of looking around and like, you can kind of see. Actually, will you just roll a flat for me?
Yeah, I can totally do that for you. 5.
5. Okay, yeah. You look at the bear and you kind of are like, you realize that the bear is like more confused and concerned about his wife. Like but it's still there, but not necessarily like looking at you guys.
Okay, yeah.
So
he's gonna hold back, and like if the bear attacks him, he'll attack back, but he'll just hold.
All right. Crow Spirit's turn. She watches Marstock go flying and actually kind of chuckles to herself, and then looks over at Honey and is actually just smiles at her when she takes into consideration her apprentice Mulchpaw, and also then looks at Mulchpaw and is like, that was a very good job. I told you that your little special flame would come in handy. It always works out that way.
Thanks.
Scorchface. He like looks a little scared of Chris Spirit, but he also nods. He's like, that was very impressive, especially for a cat at your age. And it is Scorchface's turn. And Scorchface is closer actually. I think maybe he yells that to Mulch. I think he's still next to Sunnyside. He didn't make it back yet. Okay, this is his turn, and I think that he's going to take the chance to actually move back and then say that to Mulch as he's kind of walking. He's not like retreating. He is retreating, but he's like, okay, I can tell the bears maybe I'm gonna just slowly back up. It is the ladies bear's turn, but she's actually just like, I think at this point, Sapbrawl, do you think you would hide in a bush maybe eventually when she got far enough and like try to make your way back?
Once he gets far enough away and the lady bear is like starting to act not as interested, he's basically gonna try to, knowing who his father is, he's gonna climb a tree so she can't like keep following and just sit in a branch.
Okay. Will you actually roll plus your attack then for me very quickly?
Ooh, okay. 9.
Ooh, okay. She, you managed to lose her, for the most part. She can still smell that you're around and is now just kind of like idly sniffing things, but is not seeming to be like really caring about you anymore. But still knows you're in the area. And now it is Peakfalls, and he's still pumped. He's still hyped, and he actually is going to attack again the bear. He does another little thumbs up at Pinestep, and he is attempting to attack. Oh my goodness, when I say this bear has rolled very badly tonight, it's fine. He's all good! Okay, so as Peakfalls, he puffs up his ears and his tail, and he's like, get out of here, bear, and he just kind of is like screaming and hissing and like yowling and spitting and not even necessarily attacking. He's just truly trying to like intimidate the bear off. And at the same time, it is Bloodstrike's turn. I think he will also stand up. He has not done the best in kind of copy and is now actively just like hissing and yowling. And if anyone else wants to join, the bear is slowly backing up. He's pretty like.
Yeah, Honey Butter
annoyed
would
by
pull
y'all.
up her fluffy fur and kind of yowl at it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Trying to intimidate
Get
him. Not
away.
necessarily trying to attack, but like intimidate to try to get him to move along, like go.
All right. Well, actually, you both who are actively still there roll plus your attack, Sunnyside and Honey Butter.
Yeah.
That's a 5 total.
Oh my gosh, that's 12.
Ooh.
I rolled max.
Hey, all right. So you actually, Sunnyside, maybe like go up a little and take a swipe at his little bear tail as he's like, or like his legs as he's running, and he's like, "Meh," and he just kind of like quickly runs more off. And is kind of now looking for his bear wife. He's like "Meh," calling for her, but
Yeah.
he's gone. And well, congratulations.
The bears are gone?
The bears, yeah, that's, as far
Yeah.
as you know, they
Oh,
are.
wow.
They are.
Wow, we did it,
gone.
guys.
And
Hey, and nobody
Honey Butter
died.
might,
Circling a tree with Saprel in it.
yeah, Honey Butter might like be like, where'd that brown guy go? We should maybe go check while we're all together being tough.
Bloodstrike does not. He's like, I don't know. I'm gonna go get healed, but it was nice meeting you all. And he walks down.
Well, my word. Honey Butter takes note of.
Peakfalls, he looks at the Poppyclan cats and he's like, yeah, you should definitely find him. I'm sure that's, I have to go talk to someone really, really important. So you guys have a good day. Goodbye. And he runs down to go be with Pinestep. And he's like, I hope that was impressive.
Something. She kind of looks like to Peakfalls is like, I didn't do horrible like that. That was a little tiny. Not gonna seem impressive, but you didn't do horrible.
Thanks. I think I did better than like others. He says, and he like actively side eyes. Not Bloodstrike. He does. He side eyes Bloodstrike.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that was the ending there. With you being very intimidating. I was shaking a little bit. That was very.
I tried. Thank you. I tried to be intimidating. And I hope you'll tell your father and put in a good word for me. Yeah. Hopefully my father. He looked around and Leopardstar. He was looking, but he's actually more looking at Marstock, who is kind of trying to like pull himself together. He's kind of slunk off over to Koistorm, who like actively is looking away and is kind of, you can infer, not wanting to maybe heal Marstock, but that's mystic drama, and you're just kind of happy that maybe Peak is alive. Okay. So would the Honey and Sunny like to go out and look for Sap, or is Sap maybe?
Honey would be Honey and Sunny. I didn't even realize. Oh, they rhyme. Honey Butter would be. I might be frozen.
You're good. I can hear you right now.
Oh, okay, good. Honey Butter would be very taken aback that these clan cats just dispersed while Saprel was still out there. So she'd kind of give them all a glare. If anyone cares to notice, maybe they would, but probably not. And
A goose is definitely like
she
concerned
wants to know. Yeah, she's very concerned and kind of judging the cats that walked away, and is gonna maybe look to see if she can tell which direction Saprel went or see him in the distance.
Okay. I actually think like Goose maybe He's Scorchface has already taken Berry Paw, and Ripplechest and Goji, I think, are actually actively walking back. Like, already, like, the clans are that much. But Goose stays behind, and he runs up to you and is like, we're all going. Are you okay?
Yeah, honey, there's that brave cat who led that bear away. He's still out there. Do you think he's okay?
Oh, what clan
I
was
thought
it
it would have
from?
been, no, I these clans super well. I seem to be with that shadowy marsh cat who got pretty hurt. Was it Mystic? Is that right?
Yeah, they...
Well, are they gonna help him? We can't just leave him if no one's gonna help him.
Sure, they will. Marshstock, their deputy, he seems hurt. Koi Storm is their medicine cat. I mean, surely they'll care about him. I will go with you if you want to go look for him. I just know, Berry Paw is excited to see you, and everyone's gonna celebrate back at camp.
You would go with her? Like, you would go and stay?
I would help her. I would. He takes a step back actually and is like, I think my brother's calling me, and he leaves. And is sweating gently.
He just kind of snorts a little bit, huh. I wonder
Honey
what
Butter
hit him.
is now honestly completely disregarding the whole Sapral thing. Like, what was that? Do you know my mate, Goose Juice?
Oh.
What's your deal?
What do you mean?
He was talking about staying here and coming with me, and the moment you opened your mouth,
I just asked him if he was gonna stay with you, and then he decided to run off.
Yes, and I'm asking you why that would be. Have you met my mate before?
I've seen him in passing. But...
Is there an insight check system? Do I believe it's as casual as Sunnyside seems to want me to think it is?
If you both want to roll and get a
Sure.
flat with each other and
Okay.
see who's being a little more.
6.
Oh, I rolled a 6!
Oh, you guys stare. Just staring contest. No blinking. Absolutely. I don't know. You both are powerful and I'm scared.
We can both roll again if you would like.
Sure. Continue the staring contest.
All right.
Okay, I rolled a 3 this time.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
You with your skull is very intimidating, and I think that maybe Sunnyside has a little bit of a shiver, and you can maybe tell that something is off.
He kind of looks away a little bit and then looks back.
Maybe
You know that I know you're hiding something, she says, and flicks her tail, walks past Sunnyside following Goose Juice. Sorry, Sapral. Long forgotten now. Trots away.
Are you not gonna go after Sapral?
She pretends not to hear him.
Oh, okay.
She's worried about her man.
He's very happy, and when she catches up and gives her a little cat nose. Sunnyside, you are now standing by yourself on the gathering rock.
That's how it be sometimes. He
A
kind
little
of...
tiny kit sitting next to Mombastar spits in your direction.
Mombastar,
love
good
him.
job.
He kind of looks at the small kit and he's like, well, my work is done. I mean, I don't want to get my paws dirty, and just walks off.
Wait. Mombastar actually tries to stop Sunnyside.
Oh, okay.
What's your name again?
Oh, Sunnyside.
Sunnyside. So you
Us.
are you're a farm cat?
Scampers after him.
Yeah, well, I was more with the 2 legs, but then I decided, I wanted to see what all the clans were about and all that stuff. So I came to Poppyclan and I was helping out with this to try to get into Poppyclan. So
I've heard word that one of my sons is trapped somewhere, and
oh my goodness, what's your son's name?
his name is Snake Haunt. And if you don't have to say anything now, but if you ever want to come talk to me, I am leader of Snake Clan, and this is my son Ghostkin. He will one day be leader, but not for now.
He nods to the little kid. All right.
That's all.
I'll tell you. Yeah, of course.
He picks up his son, and they both very casually just slink off.
Walks away.
Little slinky
I love
cat.
them so much.
Sneaky snakes.
Just like nods, like keeps that in his head. All right. Now I guess I'll go back to Poppyclan. So he'll go scamper off. Sorry, Saprawl. It happens.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine, right? Yeah.
As the two Mystic Clan cats return to Mystic, Marshdock makes sure to kind of wait up, and he's looking around and hoping that his past apprentice, Saprawl, would, be able to make it back if he was okay.
Saprawl kind of runs up, panting heavily.
Oh, there you are. Oh, are you okay?
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm a deputy.
That bear threw you.
He did.
Man.
My shoulders. Hey, Koistorm, you wanna heal me? Koistorm looks back very dramatically and is just like, there's healing at home, and continues to walk and leaves you two.
Saprawl makes a very obvious frown, but just shakes it off.
Oh, that's, Koistorm. He always is such a jokester, but every time Marshdock moves, it's very apparent that his shoulder is very, very badly injured. Thankfully, it's not too much of a walk.
I think Saprawl will just gently move forward and try to hold him up a little bit. Nicely.
Marshdock smiles and lets him in and very, very much happily. But will you roll a flat for me, please?
Yes. I'm not scary at all. 3.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'm going to move you up a little bit closer. Okay, you roll a 3, and you almost immediately pick up a very familiar scent approaching you very quickly.
He kinda looks over his shoulder and spots him. Oh, hi.
Marshdock's eyes go a little wide as he can kind of tell that maybe something's off with Amber Tree. Amber Tree, whoa, what are you doing? Amber Tree is like, hi, Saprawl, you should probably head home now. Me and the deputy need to talk.
Is there something going on? Kinda looks between them.
Saprawl, gets closer. I think you should head home. And Marshdock actually is aggressively nodding and is like, yeah, you should, I got this.
But you're hurt. You should go get healing at home. That's what Koistorm said, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm fine. I did promise your father a talk.
Okay.
Amber Tree gets even closer and is like, this is the last time I'm gonna ask.
Saprawl very obviously kind of takes a step back in fear. Right, okay, I'll see you at home.
Okay. And, you,
He's gonna try to hide behind a tree and listen.
okay. I will gently put you. There we go. Okay,
As he's listening, his legs are just shaking and probably more fear than he was interacting with the bear.
Amber Tree, the second you leave, attacks Marshdock and doesn't even give Marshdock the time to look back, before attacking, so.
Sephiroth just freezes in place.
Oh, God. Oh, okay! Marshdock, though, thankfully, manages to sidestep out of the way, and Amber Tree kind of stumbles for a second, but Marshdock takes a step backwards and he is like, Amber Tree, we don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You can leave, or just accept that this is what Mystic Clan is. Amber Tree, unfortunately, does not listen and is going to keep attacking. But Marshdock's dice is across my room. Give me one moment. Ugh. Zapral kind of gets up and leaps again at Marshdock. Oh my gosh. This time though, Amber Tree tries to swipe, but Marshdock actually takes a swipe himself, and he does 11 damage to Amber Tree. Marshdock kind of puffs up and is like, I worked really hard to get here, and I'm not the same cat that I was, and I'm not going to let you take this from me. And both of the cats go at it. Amber Tree just is infuriated and leaps and tries to pin Marshdock and succeeds, pushing down on his hurt shoulder. He does 11 damage as he kind of claws into the already open wound.
Sephiroth's kind of slowly working past his terror in this moment, and if Marshdock starts looking really hurt, Sephiroth's kind of just working through his fear right now, and if he sees any type of lethal damage to either of them, he's preparing a pounce to step in.
Okay.
But he's kind of just trying to let them fight it out, despite how vicious this looks.
Okay. It is Marshdock's turn. He's just yelling in pain as his already hurt shoulder is being ripped into even more by this cat that is much bigger than him. He tries to push him off, and he manages not necessarily to push him off, but to get out from underneath, at least being pinned. But Amber Tree is still right there, and Amber Tree will attack. Okay. Amber Tree, while Marshdock is kind of getting away, will use the chance to kind of slam down on his head with his paw and do another 11 damage. Marshdock like bites his tongue, not purposely, but of just how hard he kind of gets slammed, and is actually at this point too dizzy to even call out for help.
Is he looking like, is he hurting badly?
Will you roll a flat for me, or actually you can roll with an attack, but you probably.
Okay. Oh my gosh, of course. It's a 5.
Okay, you can tell that like he is looking pretty messed up, but with no medicine cat experience, you can't really tell like how damaged he is.
Okay.
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 Marsh Stock actually can't move on his turn. He kind of is trying to get up, but Amber Tree is definitely a little more on top after that last head smash. So
Amber Tree's going for the kill.
luckily, Marshstock is at least able to kind of slug his way back, and Marshstock does not slam his other paw down. Okay. Marshstock, he's managed to open his eyes, but there is blood coming from his nose now, and he looks pretty beat up. Amber Tree is just staring at him and is like, you told me we were gonna run away together. You told me that Mystic meant nothing to you, that Stagstar meant nothing, that Rosewater, you gave away your own son. All of that was for nothing, and I can't let you go back and be deputy. And he will attack again.
Zapral's gonna lunge forward. Stop!
Very good, because he rolled a 6 and would have. Okay, you rolling to attack or rolling?
I am using my grappling claws
You are?
to hold down Amber Tree.
Okay,
Just
using your
try
ability
to hold him still.
All
Hold him
right,
down.
you
He might be a little used to having to do this.
All right, you do actually manage to like grapple Amber Tree back off of Marshstock for now, and Marshstock opens his eyes and is just like very, very much confused at this moment. He's realizing what's happening, but his brain is a little swirled.
You don't need to do this. Just walk away. You always walk away.
Amber Tree just shakes his head and is like, you wouldn't understand. This was all before you were born. You're just a mistake. You weren't even supposed to be here, and now you're here ruining my plans. I'm not gonna let that happen. And
He's a bit taken aback at first, but is still just trying to hold him down. You can't do this. You can't do this to everyone else. I know no cat is perfect.
Marshstock is able to get up and actually goes over and tries to hold down Amber Tree as well. But Amber Tree, at this point, will you roll a flap for me?
Yeah, but Sepral kind of looks at him. Just go home. Just go get help. That's a 4.
Okay, so he at this point in the rotation, Amber Tree manages to kind of shake both Marshstock and Sepral off of him, and he takes a step back, and Marshstock also takes a step towards the camp thinking about what you're saying and if he should. Amber Tree, are you just gonna go? I can't have you coming back and causing harm. Amber Tree just looks away. He's not going to give an answer one way or another.
Just go, Marshstock.
I'm not leaving you here with him.
I'll be fine.
Amber Tree, seems like he's going to leave, but turns around and goes after Amber Tree again. Amber Tree, he manages to grab on Marshstock's back and just dig
There's
his
no
claws.
possible way I could get in front of him. Take the hit. I don't know.
If you want to take the hit,
I will take the hit. for
okay,
Marshstock.
roll a flat for me.
That's a 6.
Okay, you take 10 damage.
Okay.
And Amber, so you move in front of Marshstock again, and Amber Tree just grabs onto you instead, and kind of he throws you down a little, but then kind of just looks at his own paws and sees that there really are just covered in blood and
Saprel just looks up into Amber Tree's eyes. Just tries to stare into his eyes.
he doesn't say anything, but he runs. He just not towards camp, but he leaves, and Marshstock is really startled and dazed and very surprised that you would do something like that. He kind of manages to say no one has ever stood up for me. Well, other than your father back in the day.
Saprel just finally takes the first breath ever since that confrontation and just looks over his shoulder and sees how in bad shape Marshstock is. Can we please just go home now?
Yeah, we have to tell Stagstar. I don't know if we're not supposed to kick any cat out no matter what.
No. Just let him go on his own. We don't need to say any of this.
Okay, that's you. Yeah, we can just keep this to ourselves. I mean, we were damaged by the bear anyways.
Looking over Marshstock again, Saprel just winces. I'll be honest, I don't know if you can get back from this. You're really hurt.
I'm sure Koi will help, and I'm sure I can recover some, but probably not all. But that's for Koistar to deal with. Me, Rosewater's not gonna be happy either. But we'll just say this was the bear, right?
For now, no one needs to know what he did. I can't let my mom know what.
She wants him to be good so bad. She really thinks that one day, we all do, we are here for him, but he just is so angry.
She can't know he did this.
Okay.
Let's just go. We
Alright.
can't lose any more blood.
Yeah. Marshstock, very even much more limply, is already kind of just leaning on Saprel, as he kind of trails blood, away from this area, but hopefully no one will notice. Back at Poppyclan, a very eager Sunnyside makes his way into the medicine den.
Hello. Quiverleaf?
Quiverleaf, who was busy organizing herbs, looks over and is like, "Oh, you're Sunny, right? One of the new cats from the farm?"
Yes, I just came back from the fight with Bear.
Oh, are you? Oh, you do look a little injured. Do you need some healing?
Oh, yes, that would be lovely if you could do that for me, but that's not why I was here.
Okay. She starts to fiddle as you talk with your wounds.
I was trying to get, names of all of the people in the clan, and your name came up and said you were feeling a little sick. Are you alright?
Yeah, just, some sickness, but I'm okay. Actually, can you keep a secret?
Yes, of course I can keep a secret. I won't tell anyone.
Will you roll flat for me?
Okay. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Oh no! It's going really good or really bad. Be a good dice, please, and thanks. I rolled a 1!
She rolled a 5.
I rolled a 1.
She is very good at feeling vibes, and she kind of looks at you and is like, something should be kept between me and the Celestial King cats, but let me go ahead and finish fixing you up. And she actually goes off to the back and grabs some herbs for a moment.
Kind of like, I don't know, he looks around. What does he see? Does he see, he like signs, like anything he can write down in like his little brain?
Let's see. Not particularly. You can see that there is quite a few dens and they're pretty worn in. It seems like there's a lot of hustle and bustle all the time. You don't notice anything particularly strange. Quiverleaf does come back though, and she is going to heal you. She comes back and gently rubs some like very cooling gel that you're not really too sure what it is, but it feels good and it heals you 5. But it also kind of stings a little, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It does sting a little, but hopefully it'll help," and it kind of numbs it. Did you have anything else? Any other? I think some of the other cats are probably gonna come in soon, and gotta get ready to help them.
No, it's all good. I just, I was just curious, because I don't really know about, like, clan rules and all of that stuff. Just gonna be straightforward. You're a wonderful looking, lady, and I was just wondering if you had a mate already,
She blushes and covers her face with her tails. She's like, I shouldn't talk about things like that, I mean, it's a little personal, but I am very flattered, and I'll say that you're not the only cat in the clan to take notice, but I shouldn't be talking about things like this. And she looks and is kind of like looking around and a little embarrassed.
Oh, was it a bad question to ask? I'm so sorry if I made you embarrassed. I was just curious,
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I have to focus on my work, so I really shouldn't be focusing on things like that. That's all.
Oh, of course, yes. I didn't Gertrude, but if you ever were looking for someone, and I happen to stay, because I do like it here.
Oh, that's good. I mean, since you survived, I'm sure Littlestar will keep you around, so that'll be lovely.
Yeah, I think we're lovely, and if they are allowed, medicine cats or whatever, maybe there might be a little thing. If you're okay with it, of course. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
I'm unfortunately not interested, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I just got an apprentice, and I am very dedicated to her berry paw. So while I'm flattered, it's probably best if you looked elsewhere.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, of course. No. Well, have a good day.
You too.
See you later. Thank you for healing me up.
Of course, if you see anyone else that needs healing, just tell them to head over.
Yeah, of course.
As Poppyclan comes back from the fight and all the cats kind of disperse, Honeybutter makes her way into Littlestar's den.
Honeybutter has the canine skull that Littlestar lent to her, and she gently sets it on the ground. She's clearly kind of dusted and cleaned some of the cracks out and is returning it in good condition. She says, I just wanted to thank you for your support and for lending me this. I am happy I was able to serve the clan in getting rid of those bears. She dips her head and takes a step back politely.
Littlestar also dips her head and but shakes it, and she's like, you did very well. So much better than I could have imagined. I want you to keep it. I think that you can be one of the senior warriors around here. Not all cats, even Poppyclan born, fight as well as you did, and even the other one, Sunnyside. I'm very impressed with you both.
Oh, she is surprised but takes the skull back. I'll be sure to use it to benefit Poppyclan in every way.
Already done so much. You've given us Berry Paw, who is, as Scorchface tells me, a very bright apprentice, and you give Goose Juice happiness, and so I'm really happy to have you here.
She beams at the mention of Berry Paw and starts to turn to leave but can't really get herself to. If you don't mind, just one more question.
Anything.
Do Sunnyside and Goose Juice know each other? Is there anything strange there? There was some tension as we were leaving, and I'm not too sure about Sunnyside. I understand he fought excellently today and very bravely, but...
Well, Goose Juice, when he was a little younger, we went to the farm that you guys are from. That's how we first made contact with you guys. He did a great honor, actually, to one of the cats in the farm and helped one of their hurt cats, and so maybe, but I've never met Sunnyside personally, and so I'm not sure, but maybe Goose would know, but also knowing Goose might not remember his not the best with faces. Goji, on the other hand, his brother really did get all the brain cells in those two. I mean, both of the brothers, they're great, do not get me wrong, both in their ways, but Goji definitely star pupil, and Goose just, he's a good fighter though.
I do know that. That's why I thought I'd mention it to you while I was here. I've just never seen him so upset, and it was so clearly at the sight of that cat. I'll keep you posted if I figure anything out, but
Absolutely.
I just hate to upset him.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I will. I'll see.
Maybe even just seeing you up there caused him to worry, but hopefully, since you were okay and Berry Paw's okay, everything will kind of settle down around here. And if Sunnyside chooses to stay, he can. But we can definitely keep an eye out.
Thank you, Ripplestar.
Of course.
It's been an honor.
Of course.
Honeybutter would respectfully leave.
Alright.
She'd probably take a deep breath and relax her shoulders a bit.
She makes her way out of the den, and Ripple, she looks outside and looks at her clan and is actually very, very happy and proud, and really is just happy to have everyone there.